Good evening. I am the Keeper, and you are listening to the Deadlight Codex. This is the account of the midnight convenience store. In a small, unassuming town, a convenience store stands at the edge of Main Street. By day, it blends into the mundane rhythm of life. But whispers persist about its peculiar nature. At midnight, its doors are said to unlock, despite the shutters tightly drawn. Those who venture inside often leave changed, if they leave at all. This is their story. The store has been part of the town's landscape for decades, originally opened by a man named Harold Finch. Locals remember him as a peculiar figure, always muttering about keeping the balance. After his mysterious disappearance, the store changed hands, but retained its eerie reputation. Residents reported strange lights and noises emanating from within at night. Despite locked doors, the store seemed to invite the curious and the foolhardy. It was said that once inside, time behaved erratically, twisting reality in unpredictable ways. One night, a group of teenagers dared each other to explore the store. Armed with flashlights, they approached the building at the stroke of midnight. To their surprise, the door swung open effortlessly, revealing aisles bathed in an unnatural glow. The air was thick, almost oppressive, as if time itself had slowed. Each step echoed louder than the last, their whispers swallowed by the store's oppressive silence. One by one, they entered, unaware of what awaited, their senses heightened by fear. Inside, the shelves were stocked with items that seemed oddly out of time. Brands long discontinued, newspapers from decades past. The air was permeated with a smell of dust and age, mingling with something metallic. As they wandered, the lights flickered erratically, casting shadows that seemed to shift and move of their own accord. The clocks on the walls ticked backwards, their hands spinning with an unsettling, mechanical precision. The atmosphere was both familiar and deeply alien, a paradox that unnerved them. As they explored further, one of the teens, Lisa, felt a chill run down her spine. She turned to find a figure standing at the end of an aisle, barely visible in the dim light. The figure's face was obscured, its presence both commanding and spectral. Lisa's friend saw nothing, but she was drawn towards it, compelled by an unseen force. Her heart raced as she took a step forward, her mind screaming to turn back, but her body disobeyed. Elsewhere in the store, Ben, another of the group, discovered a door labeled Employees Only. His curiosity piqued. He turned the handle and stepped into a narrow hallway. The walls were lined with photographs, each depicting scenes from the town's past. But something was off. Faces were blurred, features distorted, as if the subjects were trying to escape the frame. Ben felt a growing unease, a sense that he was being watched from within the images, their eyes following his every move. The group eventually reconvened near the store's central counter, a relic from a bygone era. It was covered in dust, yet the cash register was pristine, its keys gleaming in the low light. A single bell rang out, as if someone had pressed the service bell, though no one had touched it. The sound reverberated through the store, a haunting echo that seemed to awaken something within the walls. The teens felt a shift in the air, a change that hinted at danger. Feeling increasingly unsettled, the teenagers decided to leave. But as they approached the door, they found it locked, the exit blocked by invisible force. Panic set in as they tried to force it open. Their efforts met with resistance. The store seemed to pulse with a life of its own, the walls breathing in rhythm with their mounting fear. Desperation took hold, and they realized they were trapped in a place that defied reason, a reality where logic held no power. Minutes felt like hours as they searched for another way out. In their frantic search, they stumbled upon a trapdoor hidden beneath a loose section of flooring. With no other options, they pried it open, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. The air was colder, filled with an unsettling hum. As they descended, the edges of their reality seemed to blur, the boundaries between the known and the unknown dissolving with each step, drawing them deeper into the unknown. At the bottom of the stairs, they found themselves in a room filled with old machinery, gears turning with no apparent purpose. The sound was hypnotic, almost lulling in its rhythmic clatter. In the center stood a large, ornate mirror, its surface rippling like water. Each teen saw something different in the reflection, a version of themselves, altered and twisted. The reflections seemed to whisper, beckoning them closer, promising secrets they could never unlearn, secrets that would haunt them forever. Lisa, unable to resist, reached out to touch the mirror. Her fingertips brushed the surface, and a chill shot through her body. The room seemed to warp, the walls closing in, as the mirror's surface became a portal to somewhere else, a place where time and space were meaningless. The others pulled her back, the connection severed just in time. But the damage was done. They understood they were playing with forces beyond comprehension, forces that might never release them completely. Desperation mounting, they retraced their steps, hoping to find the way out. As they ascended the staircase, the store seemed to shift around them, the aisles rearranging themselves into a labyrinth. The oppressive hum from below followed, a constant reminder of the danger they had narrowly escaped. Finally, they reached the entrance, now inexplicably unlocked, and stumbled into the night air, the store's strange hold over them releasing. They ran, vowing never to return, the night's events forever etched in their minds. That's where the account ends, whether by choice or otherwise. Those who entered the midnight convenience store were marked by the experience, their lives forever altered, and though they never returned, the store remains, a silent sentinel at the edge of town, its doors still open at midnight for those foolish enough to seek it out. Some stories don't end. They just stop being told. And if you're smart, you'll leave this one alone, letting the silence speak volumes.